Hi.
Hey guys, today we're going to talk about music, resonance, technology, and speaking the same language through different beats, different heartbeats, different frequencies, and how that kind of all ties together with spirituality and what speaks a common language in different languages. And We got Chili Peppers playing right now. That's something I thought everybody's has their different favorite artists and everything. But going back, going back to what's important in the earth, we all live on the earth, and the earth holds a certain frequency, a low vibration. Well, not a low, but one of the slowest frequencies. That's basically a heartbeat, and this is recorded. The earth has a frequency that is a long heartbeat, pretty much, and we got to understand that. But then going back to the beginning of history and speaking language. People spoke language, but also think about like the drum beats and the tribal beats and how people started to develop music over history and how music kind of threaded different cultures and kind of identified and expressed each culture individually. Um, and um, and even now, should we talk? Well,
Well, I gotta say something. Have you ever had one of those days that you're down and everything, and your favorite song comes on, and it's just like it perks you up. It's like
lifts you up, yeah.
your heart just starts racing and everything. And when you're thinking of your loved one, your Pacific other, you hear that song that makes you think of them, and you're like, oh wow,
Yeah,
okay.
it re-energizes you.
Yes.
It reminds you. It brings you back in time. Music can bring you back in time and memories. It can bring you forward about thinking about the future. It expresses different feelings that we have a hard time speaking our feelings and emotions. But sometimes music or a song can speak that language for you. So it's kind of figuring out where is that, like, who's actually speaking, where is that energy coming from, because it's coming from another artist, but another artist was inspired by something else, and I think everything's kind of connected. Each person is inspired by previous artists, so it's almost like something in history is kind of moving forward and coming up through music, and speaking the same language, because you have different types of music that kind of get to our hearts, no matter who you are. If it's you know rock, rap, industrial, jazz, progressive, psytrance, classic, and it goes down to the symphony and the harmony of the earth, and everything's kind of speaking the same language. So I would bet that music is more important and speaks a whole other language. And it does go into spirituality. I think if you're not a believer of the unknown, I think music is a mystery in itself, but we can't identify where the inspiration came from exactly, but it comes through the music and it bubbles to the surface through the voice and the song, and the acoustics. And then technology. Okay, this is what I found interesting is technology. We have computers, we have phones, we have all this technology nowadays. But going back to when the radio was developed, you guys know that old experiment where you have a paper cup and you have the wire connected and you're listening. And the acoustics, you can pull a string, and that's how we kind of just, inadvertently discovered that sound waves and waves can create technology, and things developed over time. You started to have the radio, you started to have um, video and everything. And I think frequencies, the same things that are produced by music is kind of what helped develop technology. And that's kind of part of the philosophy I'm trying to get across to you guys. Um,
I
it's
mean, music was discovered way before we ever thought about it. I mean, there was people beating on rocks. There was people clapping their hands, stomping their feet,
yeah,
dancing around fire,
and it,
clanging metal together.
yeah, and it's rhythm. There's rhythm. There's beats. There's harmony. But all that also goes in technology. So it's like literally connecting technology with nature and earth and the language of the unknown. And I think that's a really cool philosophy, especially in a time when a lot of people are kind of distraught, dismayed, or there's too much going on. I think the idea of music bringing people together is so important because it can re-energize people. It can speak that language for us. It can collectively, if you have a song just playing in an open area that everybody knows the words to,
It brings people together.
it brings people together. Yeah, we all like. I just thought it'd be cool, like, in traffic, if all of a sudden all the radio stations played the same song at the same time, and people would start looking around and see that we're all singing the same song, and then it'd be kind of like a cool awakening. Um, but like that karaoke style, when you go out to karaoke, people love hearing other people sing. Um,
Oh God, I don't know why I keep yawning so much.
and I think music has so much.
So much to say to us, and if we just open up our hearts and ears, listen to it,
Yeah,
it will speak to us. Like, okay, we don't need music like the music that plays on the radio. You can walk outside and hear the birds, hear the trees, hear the wind go through the trees. That's music.
Yeah, because that's the thing is technology. Even without technology, you can still produce music by using acoustics and the drum beat and everything else, which is pretty fascinating, I think. But also technology, I think, has frequencies and the understanding of frequencies and beats and harmony, and different levels of frequencies to attribute to music, and that's just kind of, and then the thing about music too is when you're working, it's when you're bored, when it's quiet and you're bored, and then music gets put on and it starts getting you ready. It's you start
get you pumped.
you start hammering, you start working with people. It gets you jiving and thriving and boogieing, boogieing to the music to get energized and re-energized. And here we are, a country that's kind of in a rut right now. In general, we're in a rut. And then we got to think about what would re-energize us and how to move forward. But music gives that energy to move forward. And I still truly believe that music can unite so many threads, like so many different, like it doesn't matter what your views or your labels. Like you can throw on like the Beatles, or you can throw on Bob Marley or B.B. King or
Metallica, Enter Sandman,
Metallica or Jimi Hendrix or some classic, some classic, but that will still speak the same language for different people, despite your religion, political views, blah blah, whatever. So it's kind of finding what's the common thread. What's like if everybody voted on their favorite artists, there would be some top ones that we'd realize like a lot of people would agree on, and we need like those liaisons of music to kind of help push a movement forward collectively. And it's not too far-fetched to think that musicians and artists could help bring people together. I mean, politicians is one. If politicians aren't able to bring people together, I think music can. I think music saves. I think.
How about that 3-day holiday? Music.
Yes. Yeah. And that gets down to what. The goal of what I wish would happen is having a 3-day holiday of music every year that people look forward to. Just a 3-day music that celebrates each individual part of music. You kind of thread it. At the beginning, you have music that you wake up to during the day is kind of like relaxing music, and then once you get more into the evening, it's kind of more jiving, more boogie, more dance music, but each day is kind of set up in a way that challenges us to go out and listen to live music and have competitions where you go out and hear the battle of the bands, or you have poetry slams, and that's the thing too, even poetry has rhythm to it too, and that's the language of speech.
I wrote a poem about Neil.
But poetry, it's speech, but it's also divided into beats and rhythm, and like stuff like that. So it's
music helps couples and family members come together. They can listen to a song and it's just like, okay, well, we got this.
Yeah,
it's like a song that some songs that I go by in relationships and stuff, like Tammy Wynette, Stand By Your Man, Alan Jackson, Living on Love,
Yeah.
And I can keep going on. And
music heals, you know, it speaks that language between individuals, between groups, between so many people, you know. I think like boogie music, I think like if we just decide boogie music, I think like that would get people excited.
Yes.
There's different music that I think generally people would be like, yes, I like that. So,
let's bring back the swing dance.
The swing, the jazz, the soul.
Let's bring back the heart music.
Disco music, 80s music, you know, 90s. What is that? The ballads that were like the pump the jam. But
the 90s shake your rump, that music.
Yeah, and it goes into everything too. It challenges us to, if we can't agree on anything, why don't we just agree on music? You know, music does bring us together. Music does lift us up. And heck, let's have like a movement and a social movement based on that, because it is non evasive. It includes everybody, and it brings people together just on culture, for God's sakes, just on culture. If we can just find, we can't agree on political issues or religious issues, can we just for once agree that there's something in culture that unites us, and music is that thing?
Have you ever been to a club and you're in the middle of a dance floor dancing with strangers that you don't even know and you've never met, but you're all sitting there dancing together, feeling the rhythm, the music, and
that synchronicity is amazing.
Brings it together. Like,
and even if you're a shy person, that's the thing, is shy people are afraid to go on the dance floor because they're shy. But once you get out there, I mean, maybe it would take your friends to get you out there, or maybe a couple of drinks even. But once you get out there and you're in that vibe and you start to feel it, that's where that life comes to surface, and you're like, you know what, I love this. And I think even the shyest people need to get out there a little more, take a chance, and experience that life. I think that's a beautiful thing. And the coolest thing is like when everybody's jumping up in the air at the same time, or they're clapping together at the same time, you know. And that even goes into gospel and soul, when people are clapping their hands together. That's why people love connecting to music.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And you know, Sister Act. I love Sister Act. I don't know why I thought.
I love Reba McEntire's gospel album that she just recently came out with. It speaks, it jumps you up, it gets you believing, it gives you hope and faith, and that album is so great. I mean, people look it up. It will speak to you. It will help you get back with God. It will help you get back to your faith and your beliefs.
Yeah, and looking at like the grumpiest people in the country, you know, the people that are just so grumpy and down, you know, and it's kind of like, I bet you it's because they don't listen to music as much, or they're not, you know, or they're not reconnecting to those things. Like back in college, everybody like has different time periods. You can think of like when you went to a concert, or when you're back in college and you listen to music and it brought you together. It's time to revisit those artists and those times that woke you up, and kind of stop being a party pooper, you know, start listening to music and are rekindling that flame of music and joy. Like, make a joyful noise in the Lord. Or if you can, to listen to a joyful noise, and maybe we'll find some common ground.
Like Katy Perry's song, Chained to the Rhythm. We are all chained to the rhythm of music.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an awesome video. I think y'all should look it up and watch it. But we're all chained bound by music, because I, the other day, a couple days ago, went down the road dancing, doing line dancing the Alan Jackson song, Good Time, Boot Scooby Boogie, and I had a lot of people laugh, and I made their days by laughing.
Yeah.
And that's all it's about. It's about enjoyment. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about so many things.
Yeah. And it's also about expression too, because you have music that expresses that anger and that dark side, you know, and you kind of get that out, and you know, that's like the moshing or like the industrial, but at the same time, like, people perceive that if you actually listen to that kind of music, it's speaking pain and suffering, and it's not negative. It's a lot of it. I mean, it's just.
Who am I to disagree? I travel the world in the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something.
You know, and Exactly. I think everybody is searching for something and for answers. But if we can't find it, at least music starts to get us back to coming back home to the heart. You know.
Yes.
Um,
I mean, music is like, it helps you grow. It helps you build. Music does so much to you,
yeah.
and
And
it speaks so much to you. Like last night, I was listening to just a couple of songs, and stuff started just hitting me. It just started lifting me up. It just made me realize a lot of things, and made me realize how much I'm loved by Him, and how much everything I have, and all this, and I have people standing by my side. I mean, it's just so much. Music speaks so much to you. It opens up your heart. It opens up the feeling. It opens up the passion.
it's a passion, and you got to look at the opposite too. Is like, are there people out there who hate music? I mean, are there people that are absolutely disgusted with music? And then we got to look at what kind of people those are, and maybe they're like that because they are lacking that thing that they're searching for, which I think is music, and that goes into a lot of social cues out there. To what I'm talking about, you know, people that would see music as a bad thing, or you know, but it's I think it's because they don't have it in their life. They haven't just accepted something that's going to bring them to life.
See,
And that goes into cultural references. I'm not going to get too much into that, but if you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm actually a shy person, but I listened to this one song by Hellstorm. It's called Amen. That made me realize this is my life, and if you don't like it, let me get an amen. I mean, literally.
Yeah, it's a great song.
It's a great song by Hellstorm. It's called Amen, and it speaks to you. It opens you up. People, jump up, play whatever you want to play. Feel the music, feel the vibes, feel the love, and just move with
Just
it.
just listen, just experiment with the next day. You know, if you're thinking about something and then that music or that song comes on, you're like, you know what? The music just said it for me. The music just expressed what I was thinking, and now it's almost like when you say like when you feel like nobody's listening and a song comes on and you're like, well, that artist is listening. They get it. They understand me. They get me. And that's I think music is our counsel.
Let the music lift you up.
Yes. So we're gonna end on that, I guess. But just this is kind of the ideas that we're talking about: connecting nature, music, technology, and spirituality. It's just kind of a way we think right now, and I wish I wish people would be open to understanding that. And so just Godspeed. Enjoy the summer, guys. This should be a good summer. Go out,
Dance like nobody's watching,
yeah. Go out to some music festivals. Listen to the music.
because we are
Turn on the
born this
radio.
way.
We are born this way, and we're born to live, and we're born to. Our purpose is to live and get excited about life and culture, and that's what we should be focusing on, guys. Um, so
I was born this way. He was born the way he was born. That song by Lady Gaga, oh my gosh, it opened up a veil. It opened up so much.
and it applies to everybody.
I
We
think
can't
you
blame each
realize-
other.
I
For
think
being
she realizes how much that song speaks to many of people.
Yeah.
Born this way. We're all born in a certain way.
I mean, you can take that song and make a video for every type of person. You can even put, religious people or you could put different religions or different political views and everything and put a video of those people using that song to say, you can't blame us because this is the way we think, this is, and that's interesting. I just think that part is,
Baby,
you can take
I
the
was
same,
born this
you can
way.
take the same song with a different video and it would speak to that person, and I think that's what's kind of cool. But anyway, so that's where I'm gonna end on this video. Much love, everybody.
Peace and love.
Keep the peace, keep the music. All right, bye, guys.